I am currently rated 421. Okay, so we are going to get in. We're going to try and do the Saragossa. It can lead to the London French, all sorts of things. And see now. Oh. Okay, so my queen is looking at that pawn. They're going to have to defend it. And if I want to bring my bishop out to here, I can. And let's see. Up here. Okay, so just want to see what I should do here. We will just continue with development, and now I can actually push this pawn without trapping my bishop. I could put it up here and then it would just be losing it. Okay, so that's obviously not what I'm going to do, and we're going to get the rest of our pieces moved and developed. Okay, so now they're coming in like that with this, and we will go up, and that bishop just has that. Now they're going to probably try to advance that pawn. And their queen is going to come over in there. So it could be looking here. I've had that happen before where they take that and then they end up attacking the rook, which is undefended. So that's actually, I'm forgetting about my bishop. My bishop is looking at me like saying, hello, I'm defending that. Okay, and then this is also, well, it's defended by the king, but we don't want to obviously take that with the king. And we'll bring this up, attacking the queen. They may sidestep her to here, and they will be looking here. So I want to get my bishop up and then start looking at castling. This knight is protecting this as my bishop is, and obviously this is fine, and here could use more. That is defended. Okay, they're looking there. If I put my bishop there, my knight moves, it will be attacking the queen. And my queen is right behind, so it's a little bit kind of, however, so if I put my knight to up here, I'm attacking the queen. I also have to get this knight activated. They have their knight coming out, so do I move that there and attack the queen? Because they have to deal with that, and then I hopefully can kick the queen out of there. That knight also is really in a good position there. I'm more into trying to develop first, and I just see an opportunity to force them to move the queen, which is out. And we want to get her kicked back. So she's getting like less spaces on my side that she can go. If she gets any other pieces backing her up like that knight or anything. Okay, have they just maybe they didn't recognize that my bishop was going to be attacking their queen. I will take it and find out what else is going to happen here. And I have to think about this knight coming out, and he will probably go here. Then we have to look at trying to get a file for our rooks. If I push this pawn, okay, they're doing that. So if I bring my queen up here, well, I am not very much wanting to do that. I'm gonna get castled, or maybe this knight wants to get developed. He can go here, and possibly if he wants to go over to the other side. So I've got a couple knights there, and we can start looking at getting our king castled. We could also consider doing opposite side castling. There's a pawn opening over here, though I've sort of okay. They've gone there. So if I put my queen here, do I want to castle on the queen side or just go for the king side? You have to watch any kind of, okay, that's protected by my knight, so the knight can't go there if they take my knight, okay. And if my queen goes here, can they do anything? No, I don't feel like anything is overly bad for that. And I feel like I will probably go on to the queen side for a castle. This bishop is still undeveloped, and that rook is kind of trapped in there. So now that is looking here. So I could also, I have not castled yet. So if I push this pawn up, attacking the knight, because if he does take this, then if he goes there, it's no problem. But obviously, if he takes the pawn, I'm gonna stop him from taking the pawn. And we're gonna castle then probably on the king side then, now that the pawns are all disrupted, unless I wanted to actually move this up and make my pawns like an original thing, and then there's still ways in since there's a whole thing there. Okay, so they've taken that. And now they're attacking my queen. So, does my queen want to go here? That knight is right now undefended, so if I just go right there with the queen, then it has to move. So they've gotten a pawn, but I'm attacking a piece now that is undefended with my queen. And I don't think they want my queen coming over on their king side with my bishops are there looking at a lot. This here is protected by this bishop. And my king wants to castle. And I have to make sure they're not going to get in and get working anything with their knight. So I can take that and they could take back. Or they could take me. Let's see. So if I take them with my knight, they take me back and then I win a pawn. My queen. Okay. So I take that with the queen. Sure, there's nothing that the knight can just do something and just win my queen because I'm still up 10. They're putting me in check with that. And so there's nothing that can go in. Wait, no, there is nothing I can put in there. So if I put my king up, I can start releasing my rooks to start getting something really happening. And if I go here, because my king can always castle manually. So that bishop is looking at that square. That is not anything you want with that. Okay, the queen is now being attacked. So if she goes back here, then she's still with that rook or anything that would happen. And if they go there with their knight, and okay, I have to really be watching being put in check and losing pieces. Obviously, they can't move that bishop here because I just take it, and if they go up there, I just take it. And that bishop is kind of looking a little trapped. So I can take that bishop. I should have recognized that I could just take it. But then their knight would be there. Okay, so well, that's fine. I did not recognize that, but I can now also think of the pawn. I do want to get my rooks into the game. They're attacking that, which is protected by the queen, and if I take them, then I make room, I make their rooks files, so I don't like that right now. And I will bring this rook over to here. And then we'll start getting our king tucked in a little bit. Now, this file, I have my one rook on, and if I get the other rook, that will be fantastic. This pawn could be advanced and stop what this bishop is looking all the way down there, which I don't like, and this bishop is looking all the way down here. And that is coming in to look at this. So I could push attacking that I would be attacking that knight and stopping anything that that bishop is looking down at. My queen is protecting it, and if they take that with their knight, then my queen takes back. So I will push this pawn, attacking their knight. And this bishop, or this knight here, is also ready to hop in and do stuff too. So if he goes over here, he can, he's like, there's a lot of problems on their side over here. Okay, so now they've put me in check. And my rook now is under attack. So is there something that I can back? So I've ended up where they're going to get a little bit of material back for their queen. I will be taking the knight so and developing my rook. And we will put our king here. So when they do take that rook, my other rook will take their knight. And also, yeah, we want to develop this. And I still have that file nicely, and my knight still come up here, and there's quite a bit of pressure. So obviously the queen protects that. So if I did put my knight here, um, hmm, looking at that square, but it's not really. Okay, queen could do exactly what good. Okay, right where she is, because she is protecting this and she is protecting this. So they are both going to be under attack, especially if I move my knight. So if I take this, then it releases this for their rook. If I move this here and get, no, there's gotta be, the rook comes up here. Still protected by the queen. This is protected by the queen. So my queen can't have too many pieces where she is really watching. Like this pawn moves. If this bishop goes and attacks the rook, and nothing would be attacking it there. My knight is defended by that, so let's attack the rook. Obviously, they can push it ahead, which might be what they want to do, but they can't now get this rook over to there. So 555 for my time. They're looking at that pawn, which is obviously, if I push it, the knight does defend it. If I bring my knight over, Okay, so they have done that. Now, what is this? Seems like there's a lot of danger on their king side. For example, if I take that, they take they take with this pawn. Don't want to do that because I'm just. And if I bring my knight up here, okay, this pawn is attacked. And if I push it, it's defended. And then he takes, I take, and I'm attacking his rook, though he would just take my knight. So I could also put this bishop back. It has caused the rook to actually move, which is what it kind of wanted to do, and then it can push that back here and support that pawn. And they might just move the rook back. Their rooks are getting kind of like this one doesn't have anywhere to go right now. So if my knight goes here, okay, yeah, go up here. They're looking right down with that bishop. I don't really like that too much. My rook could come up here and be challenged. I do have a few pieces here that are going in there, and obviously this bishop. So, they have a lot more time than me, of course, like always. Okay, so they have taken. And if I take their rook, oh, right now they can't take this back. Now I can start looking at taking that bishop eventually. I see that my knight protects this square. So if I take the pawn here, his king can't take, and I will be attacking the rook. And my queen is protecting that. Okay, so he is doing that, which now that I've. Okay, so now if I take this bishop, he takes my bishop. Or do I move this bishop and attack something? I go here, I am attacking the rook. And this pawn, which obviously I'm not going to exchange that for, okay, back the rook. Everything is defended. Okay, make sure and have a lot of pressure on the king side here. If he moves his rook, then my knight, okay, and my queen, all of this seems like should be able to get some things on there. So my knight can come here safely and put him in check. Just this is protected by the rook, and this is protected by the queen. The knight right now is protected by the pawn. Everything is really protecting one another. So they're moving there to attack that pawn. So now if I do the move and put them in check, then they have to get out of check. And okay, so check. And then I have 2 on this. So this is being defended. Okay, and oh, they have resigned. And okay, so I had a lot of pieces really having synergy in that game. I liked that. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.